Right, so this is the same meditation as last time. It's quite a good one, so here we go. Okay, so if you could get into a nice comfortable posture, make sure that the body is free from any tension. Place your hands on the center of your chest and close your eyes. Now take 3 deep breaths. And one last one. Now relax and breathe normally again. Now we're going to energetically scan our bodies from top to bottom. So just imagine that there's a green beam of light that's coming down, and it's just starting to scan your body from the top of your head. And we're just looking for any forms of tensions or surface-based debris that we can see as black liquid. As the beam goes down, we're just going to feel those tension points within us. And as the beam goes all the way down to the bottom of our feet, as it goes down to the bottom of the feet, you are now aware of all of those tension points you may have. And I want you now just to focus your energy on the base of your spine and feel black roots coming through the base of your spine, going all the way down your feet and out through the feet into the ground. If you're raised up on the 3rd floor of a building, just imagine the roots going all the way down to the ground still. Take the roots deeper and deeper into the earth and connect the roots directly to the earth's heart, the earth's core, connecting with them harmoniously and lovingly to the earth. And now bring your awareness to all of that black liquid you found in the tension points that represents the surface-based tension. And you're now directing all of those parts of black liquid with all of your consciousness. You're pushing it and converging it directly to the base of your spine from all of the corners of your body. Now you're seeing that black liquid at the base of your spine, and now you're intending for all of that black liquid, dense energy, to now move through the roots and taking that black liquid energy deeper and deeper into the ground and going into the heart of the earth. Now repeat after me. Mother Earth, I love you very much. Please transmute all of this dense energy into pure light. Now you feel the roots reaching the heart of the earth, and that dense energy is now being transmuted into pure light, and you can see it almost like a white flash that happens. And that is the earth taking the dense energy from her children and purging it and transforming it into light. Now, repeat after me. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your assistance and help. And now we are going to work with the chakra centers. Firstly, we are now going to feel the energy of Mother Earth, the brown energy from her, moving up now through our feet, and coming up past our ankles, moving up past our knees, coming directly to the base of the spine. And this brown energy of Mother Earth is now grounding us into the earth like a tree with roots. And now the brown energy has converged at the base of the spine. So now we're going to start off with the chakra centers and spinning them in a counterclockwise direction. This counterclockwise direction will move the chakra centers in alignment with connecting with spirit. So the first one, of course, is the root, colored apple red. You're just going to see this pool of red liquid energy directly in your mind's eye. And now you can either take your physical hand or your astral hand and your finger, and you're just going to start swirling this pool of red liquid counterclockwise 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now moving up into the sacral chakra, around where the belly button is. And this is going to be colored orange, just like an orange peel. And again, we're going to swirl the orange liquid 7 times counterclockwise with our finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now moving up to the solar plexus, colored lemon, like lemon peel. And this time, we're going to swirl it again 7 times counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now moving up to the heart chakra, colored grass green. And this time again, 7 times counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now moving up into the throat chakra, colored aquamarine sky blue. 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now moving up into the third eye chakra, colored ocean blue, dark blue. Swirling counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now moving up into the crown chakra, colored violet. Swirling again 7 times counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and now we'll take 1 deep breath in. Now bring your focus and awareness down to the abdomen and taking in 1 more deep breath, lifting all of that oxygen up into the crown. And as you exhale, feel the crown chakra opening up and feeling the cascading rainbow light coming down your body, cascading down like a fountain, going all the way down to the bottom of your feet, then moving upwards and connecting directly into the groin. As the rainbow light now connects to the groin, we now bring our focus and awareness to the heart. And we're just tuning into the heart for just a moment and just feeling our own heartbeat. And now, as we inhale, then exhale, fill in the toroidal field coming from the heart, expanding out to the top of your head and the bottom of your feet. Now see the entire toroidal field moving in a counterclockwise direction as it moves very slowly and softly and subtly in a counterclockwise direction around you. And now bring your focus to just behind the heart. And behind the heart is your creator spark, your creator light. And you're feeling that white light of spirit shining out through the back of your heart. And feeling that white light now coming into this toroidal field that you have made and imbuing itself completely into the toroidal field. So now you are feeling a glowing effect, that glowing spirit light flowing through the toroidal field as it continues to rotate counterclockwise, slowly and subtly with you now. So now spirit light is with you. Now repeat after me. Spirit, I command you to clear out any excess debris from my body. Let it be done. Apply. Now take 1 deep breath in and out. Now we're going to come back into the present moment and you can open your eyes. Okay, so there are typically two scenarios when we may be drawn to practice this healing method. The first is when we are emotionally triggered in the moment by an event in our lives. The second is when we are not emotionally triggered, but are wanting to consciously look into our past traumas in order to heal them. So, as stated in part one of this presentation, there exists the polarity of love versus lack, and all heavy emotions stem from a point of lack, whereas lighter emotions come from a point of love. And a really key point to always remember here is that this universe was, when it was first birthed in a way, pretty much the Big Bang, this universe was first feminine, and it was first feminine, and then the masculine came in later. And so what that means is the feminine represents the light or the yin, and the masculine represents the dark or the yang. We'll just put it as light and dark in that way. And so in a way you could say that the feminine represents the lighter, like love, and the masculine represents in a way the opposite of that. So here in this way that love cures all, what is meant by that is because this universe originally started off as feminine, it means that this universe is slightly biased towards the light, the feminine light, which is, you could say, this universe is biased 50.00001% towards light, towards love, towards good. And that's why in this universe, love cures lack, which is the negativity. So that's one way of explaining that. So love cures all. Right, so the vibration of love energy is so high that any lower vibration cannot help but be raised in its presence. You can imagine that your heavy emotions, your lack, are like a virus inside your body. Love energy, on the other hand, is the white blood cells in your body that are going to consume the virus. The more love we bring in, the more white blood cells we create that then start wrapping themselves around the virus, neutralizing it in the process. So this is simply all we're doing. We are cultivating love energy within our being that then goes on and penetrates and cleanses all of our heavy emotions. We do not have to attempt to forgive anyone else or any scenarios that have happened. All we need to do is forgive the emotion as well as ourselves in the process. But really all we have to do is forgive the emotion. We don't have to forgive anybody else. So by forgiving the emotion, the forgiveness of others can then come naturally as a byproduct of that, if the person feels that that is necessary for them to do, because we're no longer carrying any harsh feelings towards that person or event within us, such as no resentment anymore, because we've dealt with the emotion. There are different ways of cultivating love energy within oneself, but I have personally found the most effective way to be through consistent affirmation. I've been able to shift myself out of depression within minutes with this process. Like it was only a couple of months ago, I was depressed for a couple of days and I was just like, right, I know how to deal with this, do it. And I did it. And it was just like, wow. Anyway, I wish that for everybody. So when going through a process such as this, just remember that you are safe and protected. No harm will come to you while reliving traumatic memories from your past, even though this process can be very painful. When going into a traumatic memory, don't linger on the memory so much. Just let that memory stir up the emotion that it needs to stir up, and then focus all of your consciousness onto the emotion itself. But then sometimes you may not actually have a conscious memory to work with of something that's happened in your past. You may just have an emotion come up or a feeling. And that's okay. You just need to focus on that emotion or that more subtle feeling that's just come up for you, and you can then work with that. And when I say focus on the emotion, you can also see the emotion as your inner child, and that inner child could either be you when you're like 2 years old, if that helps you visualize that aspect of yourself. It could be a version of you that's 12 years old. It could be a version of you a few years ago, or it could be you right now. So when focusing on the emotion, let's just recap where we were. So as we were saying about not having a memory versus having a memory to work with, and always just focus on the emotion, because it's the emotion that needs to be forgiven, and that's what you need to focus on, not the memories, because they'll just keep hurting you. The memories will just keep stabbing at you. So just focus on the emotion once you've grasped it, and then just really build on that. So when focusing on the emotion, you can visualize the emotion as if it were literally the younger version of yourself. So there was one time when I was going through a process of like feeling rejected, and I had this flashback of just me at school. I was viewing myself in the third person, and he had a sad expression on his face because he was very upset. And so that visualization in my mind was essentially a reflection of the emotion that I was feeling inside. Okay. And it's this younger version of yourself, if you do choose to visualize the emotion in some kind of way, or seeing the emotion as if it were just your inner child, you want to see that younger inner version of yourself, that inner child version of yourself, as if you just want to embrace it. You want to, in a sense, reparent that younger version of you by you now stepping in as your own parent and giving that version of you the love it so desperately needs. And this is the thing, Sally, is it's wanting to be felt. Whether to me, it feels like there's a lot of anger in it as well. And it's that anger that needs to be felt and let out, and then have love given to it. And that's what's going to transmute it. So you don't have to worry about controlling it anymore, because it's just not going to be a part of your reality. So, and in most cases that I have found, it is better to embody the more nurturing feminine aspect of yourself, which we all have, in order to achieve this. Because naturally the feminine side of ourselves is nurturing, because that is the feminine. So now we move on to the process. And are there any more questions at this point about what I've just gone through?
So how would you I mean, obviously going to go through the process now, but like acting to yourself as a memory, as a parent, like a nurturing, loving parent, is that how you would feel like you would see yourself as the mature guide kind of thing?
The version of you now in this moment is you're the mature guide. Yes, that's it. And the version of you that's upset, whether that's just 3 days ago or 30 years ago, that's your child that you need to nurture. So, right. So first of all, I would like you now to think back to a time or a moment in your life, could be at any point in your life, where you either felt abandoned, rejected, or abused in some way, and write down the first memory that comes to mind. All right. I feel like we're almost there. And just give it a few more seconds. Now, number the memory between 1 and 10, 1 being not very traumatic and 10 being very traumatic. Okay, now place both hands on your heart and sit with this memory in your mind for a moment and pay close attention to your body towards any emotion that may bubble up to the surface of your awareness while reliving this memory. Name that emotion. Is it anger, sadness, or fear? And now just remember, you are completely safe and you are completely protected. There is nothing that's going to harm you as you relive this in your mind and in your emotional body. Now, locate the emotion within your body and place one of your hands on that area if it is possible to do so. Where is that emotion? Now focus all of your conscious attention onto that part of your body and start breathing into that area of your body. Let the emotion expand with the breath and let whatever needs to be felt be felt. Deep breaths. And ask your inner child, is there something you wish to tell me? What are you trying to show me? Allow any thoughts or feelings to bubble up from asking these questions. And again, just observe and then refocus onto the emotion and feel it fully. Keep breathing. Once we have exhausted the emotion by feeling it, we can now move into the stage of offering it love, compassion, forgiveness, and affection. In this section, you want to be as genuinely intimate and as affectionate with yourself as possible. Treat the emotion and that younger version of you as if they were your newborn child and you were their mother. So what we're going to be doing is offering the following types of positive affirmations. However, this list is not exclusive, and it's best to get creative with what's going to work best for you with your particular trauma. And what I've found works very effectively for me is just the 3 words of I love you. And repeating that is very powerful. But of course, you can combine and add in different parts. So I'm just going to start off really as an example, and you can follow along if you wish. So just saying, and this is going to be quite very intimate because this is usually something that I find is, depending on your circumstances, for me personally, I find this is something I do privately, and it's a very intimate and personal and thing. So, okay, so I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And just being genuine with yourself. And now I've already practiced this today, and so it's coming to me straight away. The love energy is I've already built quite a bit up, so it's quite, see, the smile came straight onto my face and I can feel it. Now, there may also be times when you may feel that like nothing's going to happen straight away, and that's where the lack is greater than the love still. There's like a wall of lack that's like built up, and the love will just continue to penetrate it as you continue to melt it. And in this process, the emotion will also get stirred up even more with the love energy being present, because the low vibration of the lack has no choice but to rise up to meet the higher vibration of the love energy. And so through that process of the lack being forced up to the surface, that can even bring up more tears, more anger, more anxiety. So I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Focusing on that emotion, focusing on that area of your body, visualizing it as your inner child. I am here for you. I hold you unconditionally. I have the utmost compassion for you. I'm sorry for what you've been through. I forgive you. You are safe. You are protected. You are loved. I've got you. It's okay. I welcome you back into the whole of who I am. You are valuable to me. I cherish and treasure your presence within me. You're welcome to come home now. I love you. I love you. I love you. I allow you to be here. I accept and embrace you as you are. I recognize you as a part of me that wants to be expressed and loved unconditionally. I love you. I love you. I love you. And at this point, it can also be nice. You can start to hug and hold yourself. You can even like start kissing yourself, almost as if you're imagining that you're kissing and hugging your inner child, that younger version of you, that new child in your arms, that newborn child in your arms, and you're just hugging that emotion that you're feeling wherever it is within your body. And just keep going and get creative. I love you. I'm here for you. I care for you. I hold you unconditionally. I love you unconditionally. I've got so much compassion for you. I'm sorry for taking you through this. It's okay. And depending on the type of trauma you've been through, you can use things like, say if you were abandoned, you can be like, hey, it's okay. Well, I'm here with you. We're together now. It's you and me. I've got you. And that can feel really good to the abandoned part of you. Or if you were abused, you're safe. You're protected. I'm protecting us now. We are safe now. It's okay. Or if you're rejected, I am worthy. You are lovable. I love you. You are worthy. And so generally, I will keep repeating the I love you affirmation foremost, along with the other affirmations with genuine intention. And you can get creative, as I just said, in what you feel your emotion needs in that moment to counterbalance the lack within it. And really feel the loving, nurturing energy start to build inside of you. As I was saying before, at first this process may feel like nothing is happening, and that is because there is still a wall of lack that may need to be felt more and have more love energy starting to penetrate its cracks more. So as you continue with the affirmations, more pain may surface, as I said, as the lack gets lured to the surface because of the love energy's presence. This may be painful, but it is a good sign. And again, this is going back to what we were saying, Sally, about how you were saying about it being so painful. You just don't want that emotion. You know, it's like, not only is that uncomfortable, it also frightens you. It makes you frightened of yourself. And this is really the time you can give it is gold, is where it's, this time you can give it is gold, because it gives it that opportunity to be really felt out and expressed. And even if it's really painful, even if you have to go to your car, even if you have to go up onto a hilltop where you can scream at the top of your lungs, if you don't feel comfortable doing it in a space in your home or something like that, somewhere where you can feel this emotion and cry your eyes out, and just let everybody in your environment, if they have to be around, just tell them, I'm going to be pain fasting now. I need to go through this. Don't come in and disturb me. I just need to experience this. And they will respect that. And then you can proceed. So again,
I never learn. I just never learn. It goes on, and it's the same volume of pain. It's not like I ever learn to say, right, been here before, don't like it. Let's use strategies and tools in my box not to feel it.
Exactly.
It doesn't work. Nothing works.
Exactly. No amount of numbing can make it work. It's like the term of the only way out is in, and this very much applies to this now. So yeah, you've got to feel it to heal it. The only way out is in. And we have to contract ourselves so much into pain and into like lack, contract ourselves so much that it's kind of like an elastic band. We pull back that elastic band of like lack until it's like, I can't take this pain and pressure no more. I've just got it. And then you let it go. And if you practice this love energy cultivation, you'll be slinging that elastic band and you'll be flying, skyrocketing into the light. And that's a byproduct of going into this pain and facing it head on, even though it's like, oh. But this is the thing, when you're armed with a tool set such as this, with actually knowing about cultivating love energy and using affirmation and other techniques of cultivating love, and when it melts that emotion, and when you feel that, you'll feel like a weight's been taken off of you, and just another layer of that heavy emotion that you've been speaking about will have gone, and you won't react in the same, you won't have the same kind of emotional egoic reaction to events in your life. You'll have more peace, inner well-being. The list goes on. So okay, so just to finish this part off, so yeah, just don't give up the process of feeling it, even though it's really unbearably painful at times, because on the other side is worth it. It's like you're diving down to the bottom of a seabed and you find this treasure chest. And when you open up this treasure chest, there's like loads of black tar that like comes bubbling out. And then as you wash the tar away, it's very uncomfortable and it's like all up in your face and in your hair and all of that. As it clears, as this tar clears, all you see is this like mound of gold in the bottom of this chest. And that's a version of you. That gold is a version of you that is free, without hinges on the door. Anyway, yeah. So so just keep feeling what needs to be felt and keep reinforcing with love for your affirmation. There's also other techniques of cultivating love energy within, using visualization as well. But I personally, as I've said, this method of affirmation and being creative with that and consistent action with that. I mean, sometimes you could clear a heavy emotion in a couple of minutes if your love energy is already high. Sometimes it can take half an hour if it's something really heavy. Sometimes it can take longer than that. But through just putting the time in with this, you'd be surprised at how much density you can shift very quickly. So, and eventually with enough genuine nurturing intention, the love energy will engulf the lack and you will start to feel lighter. So now at this point, there's so many more like tips and like little parts of the puzzle that may just help a person guide themselves through this process and really understand more intricacies about it, because there are more that I haven't shared here today. And that's really what's going to be in the course. And so there is more, but I just kind of wanted to keep it a bit short today as well. So, but really that is the kind of the bread and butter of the whole process, as I've just explained it then. And yeah, if you can just take the fact that you need to forgive your emotion first and foremost, and bring and use love up, positive verbal affirmations and intention to bring love to those emotions, those heavy emotions that you're feeling. Those two things combined is all it really simply boils down to. So I hope this has helped. Are there any questions or suggestions from anybody?